Isn't it awesome being an American? You go to bed knowing that everything is fine. You wake up, you realize that you're at war with another nation. Do you have to go to fight? I mean, probably not, unless you're registered for the military, but yeah, it's just like in the news. You're at war, you bombed someone, and you're like, well, did Congress approve it? Nah. It's the president that you voted for, the guy that's against more foreign wars. Like he has declared Operation Fury, and the Israeli Prime Minister has applauded for him. Everyone else is disavowing. The European Union is concerned, and of course, you as an American care a lot about the European Union opinion on this. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Now, let's analyze what's actually happening. If you're trying to look at this through the prism of democracy, human rights, nuclear deterrent, then no, it doesn't make sense, right? Like, it doesn't make sense why the anti-war president is starting another war in the Middle East, of all places. And it's not even calling it a war, right? It's, I guess, like a special military operation, very similar to, like, Russia and Ukraine. Not identical, of course, not identical, but kind of similar, right? Like, big nation attack small nation. That's how Kamala Harris explained it to the American Democrat voter. She had the map, and it's like, Russia, big nation, big, attacks small nation, unprovoked. Okay, right. So now I understood geopolitics, and I'm trying to apply my understanding, my teachings from Kamala Harris here. But yes, again, if you're trying to understand it from that prism, it doesn't make sense. If you try to understand it from grand scale resource management and geopolitics, then it makes perfect sense. You see, at a world stage, America wants to control the largest amount of global energy. So if something has oil, America doesn't necessarily want to extract it, but it wants to have a say in it. It wants to have a say on how much people can sell it. It wants to have a say on what price people can put at it. It wants to have a say on the logistics. And unfortunately for Iran, they happen to be on the Strait of Hormuz. And that's where most of the world energy goes through. And the Americans want to make sure that no one has the ability to even threaten to stop that. Because when you do a threat like that, prices start fluctuating. And the second thing that America wants is to start businesses in your country if it feels like it. Like, if they want to start American companies, American factories, American consultant companies, American NGOs, it should be able to do that without the government seizing their assets, which is the sin that Venezuela did, right? So, in fact, if you look at Venezuela, that's why they got attacked. They have oil. They were negotiating with the Russians and the Chinese. And America had some oil extracting company there that Venezuela seized. Okay? So, like, that's how you bring the empire. Like, if you're not an American and you're any type of foreign leader, if you want to know how to keep the empire at bay, this is what you do, right? You do a Saudi Arabia deal and you let them dictate terms to you on how much oil you're allowed to extract, and you don't seize their assets. This is why socialist regimes have a problem with CIA organizing regime changes in their country. It's not that America gives a fuck that the average Venezuelan is hungry, is starving, and is being oppressed by his leader. No, the average American is giving a fuck that socialism has seized their assets. A lot of leftists don't seem to understand this, like, for some reason. Now, let's go back to talk about Iran. Why is America doing it? Well, because it can get away with it. Like, before, when Russia didn't invade Ukraine, there were problems. Like, if you attacked Iran, what if the Russians join, right? And then it escalates, and then it looks bad on TV, because, like, coffins with American soldiers coming home is not a good look, especially from the president that promises peace. But if Iran is alone, well, you know, that's pretty much what they've noticed. And also, this is why they supported the war in Ukraine. Like, the war in Ukraine, in my opinion, is not designed for Ukraine to win. Is designed for Ukraine to bleed Russia, and there have been many American politicians that stated this on TV. And like for them, the winning condition is if this war keeps going on for 100 years. Like that's how they win. They don't win if, let's say, Ukraine manages to retake Crimea now, hypothetically, and the Donbas region, and that's it, right? The war is over tomorrow. Like there will be people in Washington that would be upset with this development. They want it to keep going, right? Like they want the war to never end, so that they can play in the Middle East, so that they can spread the map and do what America always wanted to do, which is to control the global energy chains, and to also have nations in which they can build shit if they choose to. So, with that out of the way, what about Iran's nukes? I think it's bullshit. I definitely do. I think most of it is propaganda, especially if you actually think about it from a logical perspective. For smaller nations, rather than having a nuke, having small, dirty bombs carried by drones is a lot more psychologically threatening. I mean, it's 2026, right? Like, the technology exists. You don't need to, like, launch a nuke. You can have, like, 10,000 drones that have dirty bombs, and they just, attack another nation. And if you shoot them down, the radiation still exists, right? Like, it's a nightmare. And it's a lot cheaper to manufacture, if you're a government that's unhinged, than to actually send a nuke, right? So, no, I don't think so. And it's also not necessarily a deterrent. Because if you think about it, it's like, okay, so what do they do with their nuke? Well, they launch it where? Okay, either in Israel or in America. The answer is that they will get 200 nukes in return. Right? Like, that's pretty much how mutually assured destruction works. It worked in the Cold War. The Russians didn't want to try it out. Why would anyone try it out now? And even if you're the supreme leader or the religious leader of a state, and you decide to nuke someone else, well, now the entire international community wants you hanged. If there's ever a peace deal, you're probably going to be negotiated in that peace deal. And secondly, every single internal faction that's against you also now has the moral high ground to also have you hanged, right? So, like, no world leader is actually that dumb enough in order to start a nuclear attack. But the propaganda of having nukes is actually pretty strong, right? Because the propaganda can justify internally. It's like, why we need to keep the supreme leader alive, because, like, he's the only one with the foresight to protect us, right? Like, he's building a weapon that will guarantee our safety. And also propaganda for the Americans now. It's like, oh, okay, well, if that's your propaganda, then we're coming in to attack you. Now, again, Iran has done, in my opinion, a mistake by playing with the nuclear word, because it did work under Obama to milk them of cash. But, like, take into account that during Obama's tenure, Russia wasn't fighting in Ukraine, right? So, like, Iran did have big balls back then. And they were like, the Strait of Hormuz, blah, blah, blah. And then America, this is what I think happened behind closed doors. America didn't say, well, we're paying you to keep the Strait of Hormuz open and not to fuck with us economically. It was like, we're paying you so you don't develop nukes, right? I think that's how it probably went. Because again, like, at the time, Iran was backed by Russia. There was a different geopolitical situation in the area. Now, what is the geopolitical situation? Well, Syria is no longer a problem. Afghanistan is not going to do shit because it's Afghanistan, right? Saudi Arabia, Qatar is already on the side of America, as is Israel. So you only have Iran. Now, from the Israeli perspective, like, of course, Israelis are going to grift as much as possible from this, right? Like, it's in their best interest. They probably want their companies in Iran as well. They probably want their NGOs there yesterday. So, yeah, I mean, do they put pressure on America to invade Iran? Well, absolutely. I mean, if you look at the AIPAC situation, right? Like, no one in the news that's favorable of Israel, like, wants to discuss AIPAC. They say, oh, well, it's an organization that's above board, and everything is fine. And it's like, yes, okay, it is above board, but, like, what exactly is it trying to do? What is AIPAC doing, right? Like, Well, it doesn't do anything bad. It's like, okay, but like if you have an organization, like it must have a purpose, because it can't just be there and do nothing, right? And what it actually does is that, well, America, it has its own geopolitics, right? Israel is another nation, separate from America. It's not another state, right? And it also has its own geopolitics. Often, the geopolitics align, right? We can see at the United Nations how they vote. Oftentimes, the geopolitical strategy of Israel aligns with the one from the United States. But sometimes it doesn't align perfectly. Okay, YouTube, like, am I not, I'm not being anti-Semitic from saying this, right? Like, it's acceptable to say it, right? Sometimes the geopolitics of Israel and the United States, like, deviate by a very small margin. And this is where AIPAC comes in, and they have to realign America to the proper North Star, which is Israel, okay? So, is Israel lobby trying to push for this? Of course, I'm pretty sure, like, constantly they would be telling American senators and politicians that the time is now. Like, you guys already want this, but you can do it now. You have to do it now. Now is the moment. Now. And I assume that, like, this is how the businesses are being discussed behind closed doors. From a democracy point of view and a human rights point of view, it's an absurdity, right? Because America doesn't actually have to educate its public into geopolitics. They realize that American people don't even have to understand why their way of life is actually dependent on America controlling the energy supply. Without this, the dollar would be just as any other currency. And when the government decided to print trillions of dollars, America would have suffered an inflation worse than Weimar. But again, like, these are economic issues that I doubt the average American living in the Bronx fully grasps, okay? So most Americans don't even know about this. Like, all of the decisions that they're making are from a poor moral point of view, right? Like, not a pragmatic point of view. This is why a lot of Americans on the internet are highly moralistic, highly idealistic. Because they don't understand resource management, logistical chains, like geopolitics. What is the difference between Sunni and Shia? What exactly is happening in the Middle East? And they don't need to, right? Because, like, the government doesn't need to tell them that. The government just says, oh, they have a nuke. They're going to bomb us all. We must act now, even though I'm the president that said no more wars. Or, oh, goodness gracious, we need to send democracy over there. Oh, we're bringing democracy and diversity and inclusivity, and we're starting a new university in Kabul to teach women to be strong feminist allies. When in reality, they could tell the public very well, like, look, we conquered this backwater nation. We need to get our money back. We're starting some grifting over there, right? We're making a university there so that some of the activists that help us do this work can get some money in return, right? They can suck some of your taxpayer money. That's how they should have said it, but what can you do? Kind of funny, because historically there were governments that operated like this, like full transparency with their people, and they wanted an educated population as well. It's like, yes, we're doing this because we can. We have a big cock, and we're going to do it. The Romans, for instance. The Romans were very honest with their citizens. Yeah. What can you do? Anyway, it is going to bite Trump in the ass, I think, because this whole our greatest ally in the Middle East narrative is running thin when you see that people are constantly voting for peace for the last 3 elections or so, right? Like, there is this desire in the American psyche to stop foreign wars. And again, like, most Americans do not understand what this would do to the supply chains, because they're not being told what it would do to the supply chains, and many of them generally don't care. Like, many of them, that there is this mindset where people, like, genuinely want to live on minimum wage if they happen to have moral consistency, right? So, like, these people exist in a society, they can vote, and they have to be negotiated with. They have to be addressed. You cannot just constantly say, oh, well, they don't matter, or, we're going to silence them. Because, like, they grow in numbers. And this is pretty much how Trump got elected, right? And they freaked out in his first term, where, in my opinion, his first term he actually was closer to what he tried to promise people he will do, but the entire system was against him. Now the system isn't against him because it seems that he may have been co-opted. A little bit, not a lot. A little bit. A little bit. I don't think like Trump from the first term would have done this. But anyway, right? Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.